Good afternoon, everybody. Usual drill. Let us know if you can see and hear us okay. We should be streaming live via Facebook and also via the Nevermind the Buy Box YouTube channel as well. As you can see, it's a full Ecom in a Circle house today. I'm joined by, oh no, that way, Matt and Johnny. Hi Julia, Merry Christmas. I wish it was still snowing too. I can't tell you how depressed I am, the fact that it's like warm and sunny outside. I literally, the last week where it was frozen and it was cold and it was sunny, don't get me wrong, I like it frozen and sunny. That's my favorite. I was just felt like, oh god, I need to live in like Norway or somewhere like that. It was amazing. So yeah, I wish it was snowing. If you're going to wish for snow any week, it's got to be Christmas week, right?
Yeah, I suppose if there's going to be any time to snow, it's probably the best one.
Yeah, definitely. So we just wait for a few more people to jump on before we dive into today's subject. Yeah, that's exactly my favorite day, sunny and crisp, 100%. Hi, Lindsay. So we've got a few YouTube people. So if you're watching via Facebook, oh no, Lindsay is watching via Facebook. That's fine. Hi, Jamie.
On the live.
Yeah, we should be on the live. So just let people.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're live. I think that notification's getting pushed through now. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're mainly going to talk about, how the year's gone, expectations versus reality, what we anticipate. I don't want this to be like a full kind of dive into what I think, what we all think Q1's going to be next year and everything like that. I think it's very much going to be, what people make of it, definitely. But, just really want to get a feel for how everyone's feeling, what's gone well for them, what do they think they're going to change next year in a casual way without being too structured.
Yeah.
Good. And I showed up in my Christmas jumper, but
I didn't.
No one else did. Well, Johnny, I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but do you own a Christmas jumper? I just don't see you as a Christmas jumper guy. Unless it's like a wife beater.
I might do somewhere. I might have one from like a while ago, but I haven't bought one recently. I might have like one of those like Christmas pajama tops, but I don't think that's really suitable for a sort of video. I don't know. It might be.
Well, that's the beauty of it. So definitely. Matt's joined us as well. Hi, Alexander. Just give us some likes and loves, let people know that we are here because notifications seem a little bit slow today. But I want this to be an interactive session today with you guys as well that are watching at home. So Mark's joined us as well. Hi, Mark. What have you, I did ask this previously in the group. Well, I asked it about Q4 in particular. So don't feel like you have to comment straight away, have a think about it. I want this to be a heavily commented session today, if possible. Hi, Rosie. So what I want you to have a think about over the session is, what's the best thing about 2022 that you discovered, this year? What went really, really well? What was the worst thing about 2022? What didn't go as well? And what you're most looking forward to in 2023. And I'm going to pose that question to all of us and all of you. And I want you guys to put it in the comments to see, because I think one thing that we all take for granted is these type of communities. If it wasn't for these type of communities being able to discuss these wins, losses, what went well, what didn't go well, then we'd all just be sat at home, looking at four walls, kind of twiddling our thumbs together. So
That's right. Yeah.
It is absolutely. It's part of the reason why when we knew that we were going to build a group, we wanted to build it with as many people as possible, because it is very much about collaborative approaches and networking and different points of view and things like that. So anything that you guys might say here might prompt someone else to think, oh, actually, that didn't go well for me, but it went well for that person because they did it like that.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So powerful.
Yeah.
Matt, do you want to start on this, or should I start?
You can start.
Okay. And that, you're gonna have to remind me of the first questions.
Oh, okay. You know me, I fire out the questions.
Yeah. So the first one is.
So best thing about 2022 so far. Well, it's like 10 days left, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the best thing, without a doubt, is it's a tough one because I feel like 2022 has been broken up into two parts. We had the cost increase from, which I always mention, from the distributors and the wholesalers during the summer, which really affected our margins. And then we had the later half of the year where Amazon prices all shot up. So it finally went down to the end of the supply chain, and then our margins went really, really good. So, we went from, the best part is more the transition from the middle to the end, where I think summer gross was like 16% margin, 17 very bad, and then not actually it's not that bad, but and now we're on about 23.
Good.
Yeah, 15, the fifth gross margin, so 15%, 16%.
Gross.
Now we're on about 23, 24% gross margin. I feel like we can really dictate pricing now. I do think the sort of competition has gone down slightly on quite a lot of the listings. I feel there's not as many new big sellers that I'm seeing competing anymore, which maybe a change when we do more of the as this group grows and people will learn from us. But best thing has definitely been the Q4 margins. They've been really, really good. I don't think they're maybe sort of matching 2 years ago. I'd say 2-3 years ago. So that's been good. What else has been good? I think just generally, I think spending is kept up on Amazon. I feel like the volume hasn't dropped off as crazy as you thought with everything that's going on. I was kind of expecting a bigger drop off in the spending, but I think all the customers still are spending, so still good volumes. So yeah, I think margins, volumes are still there, and it's good that this model is so resilient to what's going on in the world. I'd say it seems like it is. So Matt, what would you say best thing about 2022 for yourself?
I'd be inclined to agree. I think Q4 has been pretty solid. I'm surprised at the demand. I am genuinely surprised. I thought there would be a big drop off in demand, but it doesn't seem to have been. It's definitely increased. Whether that's increased kind of like just because more people shop on Amazon now than a few years ago, hard to say, but definitely demand is still there considering all the things that have happened. I mean, one of my highlights for this year is this group and the meetup we did in March. That was fantastic. Getting to actually meet people face to face, because you see people and you sometimes you speak to them and you see all the Facebook profiles, but you never actually get to meet them face to face. That was a massive highlight for my year, was the meetup. I think the show was a bit lax. I think we could say it was a bit poo. But the meetup was well worth it. That was a real highlight for my year, I think. And then, of course, starting this with Natalie has been fantastic as well. Amazon's been pretty consistently solid for us. We as a business this year, though, have put a lot of things into systems and we've done a lot of changes. So we've not been that focused on kind of growing the sales at the moment. But hopefully next year we'll be on for a good year in that respect.
Yeah, I didn't actually mention that. Probably the best thing is actually that I've been able to travel. So I finally outsourced my business, so I don't have to be there. It kind of operates without me. I have to put in very little work now. I'm just building now rather than actually operating. So my actual operations in the business now is almost zero. So definitely the best thing now is I'm building and creating and doing what I excel at, I think, and what I'm good at. That's my best thing is automating, systemizing, and building stuff. So definitely being able to travel, building, creating a warehouse and being able to put in systems in place where I can leave. I think that's definitely the best thing for me. But for sure. For yourself, Natalie.
Well, I'll cover that in a sec. So I just want to pick something up that you said there, Johnny, actually, and then say hello to everyone else that's joined us. For some reason, I don't think Emma said, hi, Emma, by the way, that the notifications didn't go out for some reason. So I don't know what's going on with the world of Facebook today. But yeah, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. It's super weird. So thanks for joining us anyway. But it's interesting you said there that when you said about the operations outsourcing that, what I'm really excited about. So I'm always going to jump forward to what I'm most looking forward to, and then I'll scale it back next year, is the opportunity that people are going to have to work with both you, Johnny, and you, Matt, because I really do see you as market leaders in this space of processes, systemization, essentially running real businesses as opposed to side hustles. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to anyone else. And you are both amazing integrally at being able to step away from your business. You know, both of you could not step foot in your physical premises for the next year if you didn't have to. If you didn't have to. And I find that that is such a rare occurrence. But I also find that whatever everyone talks about, sat on a beach, doing this and doing that, whereas it's what you and Matt do that more people want to live the dream of than actually living that kind of beach lifestyle. It's to have the freedom to be able to do what you kind of want. Hey, should we go and do this? Or should we do this? Knowing that you've got that machine working behind you. And that's the difference, guys. That is absolutely the difference between someone running a side hustle or laptop lifestyle. And I only think, and I would say the only other person in that position probably is someone like Tom Parkinson as well, that doesn't, you know, need to be in their business 100% of their time. We need to be in our business. We can't step away from our business as well as having a family and everything like that. So I think that's something that people should be really excited about, working with you guys next year and what we're going to be building and everything like that next year. So I just wanted to get that in there because I thought it was an excellent point. And I don't people talk about that enough, actually.
To sort of blow our own trumpets.
Yeah.
I think for me, one of the best achievements is that, you know, I admire Tom a lot, but he's used his fulfillment as all third party, and I think me and Matt we've been able to do that with a warehouse and a physical premise. I think that's actually kind of transcends to all businesses, and something like my dad ran businesses for 40, 50 years, and he'd always be there Monday to Friday every day. And you know how things have changed now, how we can just sort of step away and build systems. It's quite cool and very, very scalable, isn't it, as well? Like, you know, if I wanted to open another warehouse down the road, I wouldn't have to manage that sort of transition. Really, I can get my warehouse manager to deal with the operations and stuff like that. So, not to be too arrogant, but I feel like that's that's the harder things to do.
Yeah, but you're kind of a big deal, not to be too arrogant. No, I'm joking. Let me just say hello to a few people, and then I'll come on and say best thing about 2022. Donna's joined us. Sean said, boom, sales are bonkers today. Does anyone know this? I think today's going to be the peak. I think today will be the peak. Between yesterday and today, yesterday I was saying, yesterday's your more organized shopper. Today's your, right, I'm okay, I've kind of forgotten a few people, I need to get it sorted. Tomorrow's your absolute panic buyer. And like I said, the rest of the week, we can't help you. You need to go to the shops. You know, you need to get in the car and go down the shop. That's what it comes down to. Sean says, we'll talk about Royal Mail in a minute, actually, because I know you've got some interesting points on that, Matt. Shame about Royal Mail. Was hoping for better minimum order quantities on my merchant side. Merchant sales are dead, but FBA is going bonkers today. Aftab's joined us as well. Jen, Chris, he says that's what I want. Spend more time with the family, not working nights, weekends, bank holiday. That's my dream. That is absolutely my dream. And everyone's got a different dream. I sound like that the guy out of Pretty Woman, you know, and he's like, what's your dream? What's your dream? You know, I feel like I'm full of film quotes today as well. And so the best thing you both of you actually stole mine, which was margins have been much higher than expected. And then secondly was this group, you know, building this group, forming the partnership, started it with Matt. Obviously, Johnny, you came on a few months later. So forming this partnership has been a massive highlight for me this year. But I suppose from a not true business point of view, but from a physical products point of view, I think ending the year on the sales that we ended on with the private label products in the US, which we were not expecting. So, you know, 6-figure month in December, it's going to be with crazy margins. And we were not expecting that because, like I previously said before, it's a luxury item. It's a higher priced item. With the cost of living crisis and everything like that. I know that's, you know, more centralized to the UK as opposed to the US, but they're going into recession there. We were expecting a bit of a downturn, but it's been a massive boost. I'm talking 30% increase, from the previous year, which we were not expecting at all. And we'd had some manufacturing issues this year as well. So we'd had some production issues with quality, where we actually had a listing removed due to voice of the customer at one point, which was fun. And so that's been a big highlight to end the year on such a smash. And it depends who's watching, actually, because one thing I bang on about in ESA in particular is not stocking out, making sure you don't stock out, making sure you don't do this. And we actually stocked out in the US, which we sold out come Sunday, which I wasn't expecting at all. So yeah, and that was, by the way, even pushing more and more and more stock in. So we probably lost about 10K.
Yeah, stock outs are way more important, sort of private label, right? When you're the only seller. I feel like stock outs aren't that vital if there's other competition, because they're keeping the ranking maintained. So in a way, stock outs are almost encouraged because you've got your money back, right? And then restocking. But private label is a nightmare, isn't it? Because we represent some brands, and sometimes we can be the only seller in Germany, and they sometimes have a go just saying it's gone out. What's happened? It's like
it's a little bit of a funny one, because there's a couple of things, and I know this group is not mainly driven towards private label, but something again we hope to look at in the future is when it comes to stock outs, as long as you restock within a week, you're generally okay. You might need to do a little bit more aggressive PPC for a week afterwards. But if you also stock out this time of year, Amazon tends to be a little bit more forgiving as well from that point of view. And we went out of stock on Sunday, and I think we will be back in stock by Thursday. So honestly, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll hit the ground running. I would have preferred actually to go, if I was going to stock out now, I would actually prefer to go into stock after Christmas, because come Thursday, because Prime is 2 days in the US, unless you're in a major city anyway, no one's going to be buying on Thursday. So it would have actually been better to go back into stock strategically after Christmas. But the stock literally the stock is, going through so quick at the moment in the US, like literally days. And normally it goes a lot slower. So we're coming to talk about stock and things like that in a moment. So I want to come back to this Royal Mail point. So that's question one answered. We'll talk about the worst thing in a minute about 2022. Ash has joined us as well. Hi, Ash. Marta said she had another record day. She had a record day of 5K the day before, 7K the next day. Nice. Congratulations. That's amazing. It's funny. I always say that these 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, how they've fallen. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 4 days. They're your record breaker days. Those are generally the days you're going to break the records. Definitely.
Certainly from a profit. I think your sales tends to be Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but your most profitable days
are
definitely these kind of late December days.
Yeah, for sure.
You can charge what you want, really.
Yeah. So let's go back, because let's talk about the Royal Mail thing, because I know you probably, Matt, definitely more affected than Johnny, because Johnny, you work with Amazon partner carrier now. No, Amazon shipping, sorry.
So we're still with Royal Mail for Shopify.
Okay. So let's talk about that. Sean said, I'd be interested to hear Matt and Johnny's view with Royal Mail. Kind of annoyed with it personally. Johnny and Matt bigger, but they look so calm. These guys, they're cool as cucumbers. They don't get stressed. I'm the stress head here. I'll be fuming. Companies are bigger than mine. How do you guys stay so calm? Well, yeah. And I know David said, it's outside of your control. What can you do? But I'll let you guys.
So it is outside of your control. And I mean, I will be honest. When I heard about the strikes in October, I never thought for a second that they would let it go to Black Friday, Cyber Monday being unresolved. I thought, oh well, they'll sort it out before then. And I was shocked when it went ahead. To be honest, I was so surprised that Royal Mail hadn't sorted some kind of pay deal, or at least agreed to say, look, we'll postpone it until the new year. So that was pretty shocking to me. But yes, we can't control it, but we have made some adaptations. We've turned off merchant fulfill. We turned that off in October. We turned that off completely. because we could foresee a lot of stuff not getting there. Customers open A to Z claims, Amazon refunding them, and then the stuff getting to them 2 weeks later, and us losing all the money. So we kind of turned that off. What we've done is we've shipped a lot more into Amazon, and we're using Amazon multi-channel fulfillment now for a lot of orders. We've still got a lot of orders of raw mail, but the volume has massively reduced from where it would have been, because it would have been a complete disaster. And also what we did do is we changed special delivery to UPS, and we reduced the cost, trying to encourage customers to upgrade to UPS. We don't make anything on it. We actually lose a bit, but we were kind of, well, if we can get the majority of our costs back, it costs us maybe £1 more than what it would have done, the equivalent raw mail, then the customers will go for the UPS, and it'll help some of the orders get through more quickly.
Yeah, I kind of lucked out, to be honest. I moved to Amazon shipping at the perfect timing. So over the summer, moved to Amazon shipping and got that sorted. So when the strikes came in, I had that second option. So again, all you can do, right, is have that second option. So like UPS from Matt or Amazon MCF from Matt. So was it Sean who said that in the comment?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's hard because raw mail is so good for that sort of that pricing. So it's having that alternative, but it's tough changing your systems around and stuff like that. Amazon shipping is unless you can get your volume up, maybe you could be able to contact them and reach out to them. I know they're trying to like broaden and take over sort of raw mail share while they're having all these issues. So maybe contact Amazon shipping, see what you can do there. I don't know.
Interestingly, we were in discussions with eBay because we were looking at options in October of what we were going to do. So we looked at the fulfillment by eBay. Now, I know it was very hyped about a year ago when it came out, and nothing's really happened with it. So it is there, it is working, and we are looking to potentially move some of our volumes to them in the new year. So we will see how that goes. But we didn't really want to make that change like that close to Christmas, because it was kind of the end of October when we were making all these decisions. So we thought, well, we'll stick with Amazon MCF because we know what it's like. We know it works. And we shifted a lot of our volumes. I mean, just to give you a comparison, we used to spend about £2,500 a week on raw mail. Last week, our raw mail bill was £600, just to show you how much volume we've moved to Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The other thing with raw mail is international as well, right? It's most of all our international goes for raw mail. Amazon shipping don't do international as well. So we're still keeping the raw mail. The problem with raw mail we're finding is a lot of the stuff's getting held up at the sourcing centers or getting lost. I don't know if you saw that picture on the group from a week ago, but all the trolleys outside. So things are just getting lost and delayed, and a lot of problems with that. It's just, again, you can't control it. So we put a little disclaimer on our website saying at the top saying, you might have delays because of raw mail, unfortunately, and that's all you can do. Amazon shipping, Amazon been really good. Just Seller Central, they are taking this into account, your metrics, so your metrics won't get affected with raw mail strike. So that's good. And the good thing about raw mail is that the damage claims and loss claims and late claims are really good, right? So Amazon metrics aren't going to be affected, and if things get lost or damaged, raw mail will always refund back. They're very good at that. So it's a pain, but
although I don't know how good they're going to be going into the new year, though, because I've seen a lot of people have complained that raw mail are trying to extend the claim time because they know they've got lots of parcels still in the network that should have been delivered and haven't been. So they're basically trying to just not process claims or push the claim time back, because I think a lot's going to happen. I think the big problem for us is not so much the loss rate; it's more the fact that the stuff is there. The customers gets refunded because they've waited 3 weeks, and as you would expect, they shouldn't have to wait 3 weeks. And then I can see a load of parcels getting delivered in January, and then raw mail saying, "Oh, sorry, your parcel was delivered." They'll refund you the postage element of the order because that was late, but they won't give you the item cost back because it isn't lost. So that is our major concern for going into this kind of back end of this week. Hopefully, a lot of orders will get delivered.
Yeah. Johnny, while we've got you, could you just explain, Ash, I'll come back to your question in a sec. If you could just quickly explain, I know we've talked about it before, but there might be people watching that didn't watch it last time. What are the requirements to Amazon shipping, and what sort of price differences are you talking about if you're comfortable discussing that. And just let people know, because obviously it is a new service, relatively new service, and you've got to be at a certain level.
New. Yeah, for 2 day and 3 days new. So I think they used to only have next day, and they used to only pick up palletized pallets, right?
Yeah.
But now they're getting like vans to come. My understanding that the minimum used to be was like 200, right? So when we first applied in the warehouse, we got rejected, and then we reapplied. I think they reached out to us actually, and they basically come with like sometimes like smaller vans to pick up. So they may have reduced the volume now, the requirements. From what I heard before, it was 200 plus, but I think it could be maybe a lot less now. So reach out. They'll usually call you and ask you about your business, and see if you can start working with them. You might need a commercial premise. I'm not too sure. In terms of price, I managed to negotiate it down because they were really trying to get my business in Royal Mail, because at that point I kind of grown it quite well. I don't pay a surcharge, so Royal Mail pay a surcharge, fuel surcharge of about 8%. It's about 8%, Matt.
I think we're paying 6, but there is a surcharge on that.
Yeah, so Amazon, I don't have to pay for that. It's pretty good. Like next day delivery up to like 2 kg is like £2.70. So I can get prime orders for £2.70, which is pretty much in line with Amazon's FBA costs, excluding boxes, of course, and labor. But my 2-day delivery is around 220, 230, up to like quite a heavy weight. So my 2-day delivery, which you can actually send with Prime sometimes, is around 220, 230. So that's why my margins can be incredible with self-fulfilled Prime. And sometimes you can do that with the 2-day Amazon shipment service. So for an Amazon Prime order, I'm paying £2.20 for like a quite a heavy item. So that's really good. So it's actually much cheaper than Royal Mail. Royal Mail next day for us is about 345. So it's 80p saving, and we're doing 15,000 orders to 20,000, 15,000 orders, a month. 80p. That's, you can do the maths. It's a big
12 grand.
Yeah,
saving.
Yeah, well, yeah. 40.
Wow.
Royal Mail 48 is like £2.70. Shipping is £2.50. So we're probably saving a good 5, a lot on that.
A lot.
Yeah.
Certainly. The cost of bringing in the extra staff, and things like that. So wow, that's crazy. And this is this sort of stuff, guys, that I want to dive into deep next year in terms of being able to, really educate and highlight to people about certain things that they might be able to either do within their current business, because there are some very big players in this group as well, that run certain size business and things like that now. So it's good to be able to discuss and add different elements to your business. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to next year for sure. But let's go back to Ash's question. Matt, Johnny, do you insure your packages with Royal Mail, UPS, or whoever you are using?
Well, I think claims and Royal Mail is pretty good. I can't remember what their max is, but I know Amazon outside of Amazon orders is £25 max. But Matt, you probably know more about insurance. That's the sort of thing.
Yeah, so we did a really interesting experiment a few years ago, and we worked out that our current loss rate, which was less than 1%, it was actually costing us 3 times the amount to insure all our parcels than it was just to accept the loss. So we only insure items if the cost price is over £150, and then it goes with a track delivery service. Otherwise, we don't have any insurance on the parcels at all, because we worked out that, like I say, it was more expensive to put insurance on them, because insurance, I think, worked out about 10 to 12% off the shipping price. To put a signature on is about £1, maybe 50p a pound for insurance. And the loss rate was less than 1%, so it didn't make any financial sense to insure all these parcels. We were spending more on insurance than not. Yeah. It's something we review all the time, so if it changes, we will consider it. But at the moment, it's been like that since 2017.
It's something we might consider when we do B2B. Again, I don't want to go into all our plans, but next year, that's one of the things in the agenda is to go B2B. Maybe we have to think about that, because if you're sending £2,000 pallets, then might have to think about that, because that would be a hit.
We have insurance with our business insurance covers goods in transit up to 50k. So like that would cover, if a pallet got lost or a van got broken into or something. So we do have that insurance, but that's obviously if something really bad happens.
Fair enough. By the way, can you guys hear my kids screaming?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's starting to get like louder and louder, and I'm thinking, can you hear that? Well, at least they're having a good time. I promise they're not screaming in pain. We are like daddy daycare. I've got about 6 kids here today, so like literally I totally forgot when booking in the dates for the last sessions of the year that we would have like loads of kids. We are that house in the holidays where just all the kids pile around our house, and we're that house where where all the kids are running around feral and just living their best life. So
Sorry, top tip for that is actually if anyone has that situation, we're in the same office as their wife or husband or partner or sister, brother, you can actually get an app called like Crisp app for the MacBook. And basically, when I'm in a meeting with both me and my partner are having meetings in the same room or same desk, we won't be able to hear each other in the mics. So it basically cuts out all background noise, which is really good. So there's a thing called Crisp app. It's Crisp. It's really, really, really good.
Downloading now. I will get that. I'll get that. But it's nearly Christmas, so hopefully you guys will forgive me. Right. So Andre says, hello. Bit late here. I'm not surprised. I suspect Andre's having a fantastic Q4. Did you beat it? Did you beat your record day, Andre? Let us know if you did. Stonking Q4. So let us know if you did. Any last minute boom or bust with FBA? I don't know if that's a question or just a statement. I'm not sure. Come back to Chris's comment on the topic of strikes. We had the first train driver strike, because Chris is also a train driver, today, 5th of January, and we'll cover these companies, Avanti, Chiltern, and list them all there. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was just letting us know about train strikes. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. AI Johnny strikes again.
Seems like the whole world's on strike at the moment, doesn't it?
I know.
England, isn't it? It's just English people, workers, isn't it?
Yeah. No, okay. I think you meant like everyone.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I don't know. We're just a striking. It's definitely one of the things that I admire about the French. It's like it's their right to. They're always striking over something. Protesting, striking, or whatever, and then it's like it's part of their culture, isn't it? It's part of their history to do that, but they generally don't do it for very long. So
my evil business mind thinks like if someone does go on strike, why doesn't the company just like, okay, if you go on strike, we're going to offer you less. Go backwards and be like, okay, you can strike, but you're going to get a pound downgrade. Day grade. Can you do that as a business owner?
From a business point of view, I don't agree with strike. Well, I don't want to get political or anything like that. That's a dark, deep rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole, definitely. But the strikes that are going on now, with all of them, I don't. Anyway, I'm not going to go there.
That's like a
cut out the last minute.
I know it's like a Brexit discussion. It's like one of those things. Donna says kids are in the Christmas spirit. Exactly. I promise they are having fun. Andre says haven't hit it yet, but maybe stale tomorrow. Let me know if you do, Andre. Really interested to hear about that. Ash says thank you. When I was selling my high ticket items of 5, 6, 900, I didn't insure anything, but I would agree with Matthew. The loss percentage outweighs the cost of insurance on the thousands of items we dispatch. I completely agree. I do think that's the best way to look at it. The only thing is you just have to manage your own expectations. When you do get one of those losses, you've got to, you've got to prepare yourself mentally to take it on the chin.
Yeah.
At that
the
point.
thing is, if you think about it, for most insurance isn't worth it, because if someone's offering insurance, that's because they're making money out of selling insurance.
Yeah.
So unless the motto is if you can't afford to lose it, or you have to have it by law, then don't bother insuring it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's in France, it's a constitutional right to strike, definitely. Everyone on strike except the FBA sellers. Yep. Hi, Noreen. Let's hope Amazon don't go on strike. It's being discussed. Do you know what? That came up in the group. I didn't know if that was a joke.
No,
Yeah,
no, it's
Coventry as well.
I didn't know if it was fake
Coventry's
news.
considering
The
no,
main
it's
one.
not.
So let's
Just
discuss
one
that
thing
one
after
for a minute.
another at the minute.
So say, for instance, Amazon go on strike. Amazon, I take it it's Amazon ground workers, you know, like key
Packers,
workers.
maybe?
Yeah, like warehouse staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go on strike. So let's think about the consequences for that. So we pay £25 a month for a professional seller account plus VAT, obviously. So you have that. Then you have your FBA fees and things like that. It takes you into the point if the Amazon workers are striking because you're paying for that service, that causes a big problem for Amazon. So they're massively holding them over the back because by rights, if they cut off 2-day service, then they should give us a rebate on our you know, on our seller fees and, you know, things like that.
Yeah, but by that mantra, Raw Mail should refund me for every parcel that's late, but they're not.
No, there's a difference because you don't pay a monthly cost to Raw Mail.
I suppose I pay a per delivery fee, yeah.
Yeah, you pay per delivery fee, whereas we pay to be a seller on Amazon. It's a professional seller on Amazon. If I can't sell, well, I suppose if you how you want to look at it is I can still sell. I pay to be a professional seller, so I can still sell, but my package is delayed. So that's probably how they would get around it.
Yeah,
I would have thought.
Or the seller fee will be up to 30 quid in the month.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, bet Jeff wouldn't be too pleased about that. Workers at Coventry could be the first to make it happen. Amazon won't fit the bill. They'll pass it on. Absolutely, of course they will. That's what capitalism is. Depends if Amazon employees are permitted to join a union. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder if there is a union.
No, it was GMB. The Amazon workers are part of the general union. I think it was the GMB. I remember reading. So obviously there's general unions, isn't the Unison and GMB? They're both general unions. So apparently it was through the GMB that they had to hold the ballot for strike action.
Ooh, interesting. Coming in there from Cindy. My UPS driver said his boss mentioned that they won't be taking Amazon FBA anymore.
Ooh. Okay.
Is there ever since I've been in Amazon?
Don't be dropping bombshells like that without the.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. I bet Cindy will just leave now. She's dropped the mic. She's dropped that bombshell. And off she goes. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got fake news.
I mean, I think I've read into this a bit. I do think UPS don't make any money out of Amazon. Like, I think maybe they'll even lose money. But the thing is, it probably covers the cost of having the fleet, which gives them the scalability to make money on other parcels. So, would they ever drop it? I doubt it.
Do you know what? The relationship between UPS and Amazon has always confused me a little bit, to be perfectly honest, because certainly before COVID, one of the strongest rumors, and it wasn't fake news at the time, was that Amazon was considering buying UPS.
Yeah.
You know, that was a really strong that was a really strong rumor. Well, I actually don't even know if it was a rumor. I think it was an inevitability. But obviously then COVID happened, and it would totally make sense for Amazon to buy UPS. It would make sense.
I don't think it would be allowed though, would it?
Exactly. By the competitions authority, I don't think it would be allowed. Imagine they would be just too big. So now they've just got to build their own, which again, I think in the next couple of years, we'll definitely see, Amazon split up in some way or form. That will, America is gunning for that to happen. It will happen at some point. But yeah, it's interesting. Just a bit of fake news, not flaming, just sounds like this. No idea. We know what you meant, Andre, definitely. But yeah, there's so many rumors. Is it true? Isn't it true? Or whatever. But definitely ever since I've been an Amazon seller, and probably the same for you, Matt, there's always been some rumor flying around that UPS is not going to do Amazon anymore, or Amazon's going to buy UPS, or UPS secretly pushes iPins into, you know, like voodoo dolls and things like that of Jeff Bezos. You know, it's always been that kind of rumor. So I think there's always going to be something related to that. What's the most interesting, I think, is the development of Amazon shipping. So obviously, Johnny, I would say it's probably at the same level as that kind of Royal Mail business account, you know, that kind of thing, which is what, 16,000 a month you have to spend?
£16,000 a month
with Royal Mail.
No, you can anyone can have a business account. You have to send 20 parcels a week, but if you have to spend 16,000 a year to get free collections.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So otherwise, you have to drop your mail off at the sorting centre yourself.
Yeah, to get a collection, you need to do that.
£16,000. Or we can't pay for collection. I think it's £1,500 a year. You want a collection, it's £1,500 a year to have it collected. If you don't spend £1,500 a year or £1,600 a year.
Jonathan says, I am having trouble with my Hazmat box getting delivered with different companies. Could be lost now. Hazmat's one of the who did you send it through? Did you send it through Parcel to Go?
Yeah, Parcel to Go is the one.
Through UPS. So did you send it direct to customer, or did you say I take it through UPS to Amazon? Because the trouble is,
merchant fulfilled Hazmat is something I need to work out as well. Is it UPS that people use? So we get these sort of spray things, which are like a really good seller, but we don't put them through any of our merchant fulfilled because Royal Mail won't take them, Amazon Shipping won't take them, DPD wouldn't take them. So
yeah, but are they truly Hazmat or are they Amazon Hazmat?
It's like cooking spray. It's like aerosol. It's like cooking spray. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like in America, where it's a canola oil sort of thing. I'm not gonna say the brand, but
it depends what's on the back of the bottle. Okay. Because then you have to use the road surface. So TNT is one of the best carriers for, ironically, it's called TNT, like explosives. And they're one of the best. They have one of the best. It's called road surface deliveries. Is to do with dangerous goods, chemicals, and hazmat. So you can open an account from that point of view, and then you have to go through. A process, like certain things have to be packed within a certain distance within the box. It has to have a road safety label on it, but it all really depends on what is on the back of the bottle, because if it has a certain symbol, it has to be sent a certain way. If it has another one, it has to be sent another way. But then obviously you have the difference between Amazon Hazmat, they class Sharpies as Hazmat, so obviously there's no issues with sending them at all. You just send them normally. And then obviously you just lie at the post office. Is there anything dangerous in here? That's professional advice, that is. So,
What's actually interesting is so we used to use a pallet line shipping company to send our pallets in, and we asked them, like, can you send hazmat pallets? And they're like, no, we can't, unfortunately. And I saw a suggestion that you can send it with Pallet Online. Someone said you could send hazmat pallets with Pallet Online, but that's actually not true. We got this wrong, because with Pallet Online, what happens is they are like a broker, and then they will get one of the carrier shipping in the network. And what happened was the pallet client company that usually collects from us, they came and collected from us through Pallet Online. So the person who said no to the hazmat pallet and then collected it anyway through Pallet Online. So sending those hazmat pallets is it's a tough one. I think like P4D is another one as well that potentially you can send hazmat pallets with, but hazmat is always something we need to tackle. Yeah,
definitely. Right, let me go back to the comments. We had like an influx of questions there all at the same time that all came in. So don't worry, I've got you covered. So here, I've seen yours on YouTube, so I'll come back to yours in a moment. Sean says you can only send so much hazmat products per box. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It has to be a certain distance from each other. Andre said my driver wouldn't collect 30 boxes a day. His van would always be empty. Wouldn't collect and it's empty? That's weird.
If his driver didn't collect them, they'd be empty. He means because of the UPS parameters. Yeah, I get that.
That was the way I've read it. Cindy says Royal Mail are offering free collections at the moment. I bet they are. Right.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I mean, don't
everyone
turn it
hates
off,
going
but you know, it's
Yeah.
free.
Okay, so Jonathan, just confirm. You said you sent it through DPD, it got returned, then tried Yodel. So just confirm, are we talking about to a customer or are we talking to a fulfillment center? Just clarify that point because both of those probably are not the best option. So we'll pop that in the comments, then we'll come back and clarify that. Zahir, sorry if this has already been asked. What is the process of claiming for lost UPS parcels? I sent 16 boxes and 5 haven't been delivered. So I take it if that is through the UPS partner carrier. So it's a bit of a, sort of kind of process to this. But I always say when it comes to Amazon, it's definitely about, whoever's the most tenacious wins, and it's generally Amazon that are the most tenacious in denial, so therefore they generally win. But if you keep going with it, then you won't win. So it is technically, it's up to the carrier to make sure it's delivered. So if they haven't been delivered, so if they never reach the fulfillment center, which is exactly what I think you're saying, then you will have to go through the process of putting in a claim through UPS.
There's a special email for it as well. If you post a post on the group, I'll let you know the email. I don't know it off by heart, but there's a special Amazon UPS department who will deal with that. All you need to do is get the sort of POD, the sort of confirmation tracking number. They should look into it for you and tell you what's going on with it. So there's a special email. Post on the group.
I mean, there's probably a good chance they'll find it because I say my UPS driver was saying that they've got parcels everywhere in their place. It's probably a case if it's just somewhere in a depot somewhere, and when you raise a claim, they'll probably go and look for it and then send it out. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Oh, that's nice. Ash said it's great to see Johnny. I don't know why I'm reading the comments like that. Johnny, Matthew, and Natalie, like I didn't know our names. Providing such good content and value to the Amazon community. While I'm not actively selling on Amazon, I jump onto these events as and when I can, as I can't keep away. I'm confident you will provide great content and inspiration to everyone selling on Amazon. I wish you all fantastic Christmas and all the best for your businesses in the new year. Well, thank you, Ash. That's a really lovely comment. Really, really nice. Really appreciate that. And of course, we wish you and everyone else watching happy Christmas and fantastic 2023, which we'll come on to in a moment as well. Just going back to Jonathan's comment, so it's fulfillment center, so it's a box going to fulfillment center to send hazmat goods. So the best way to be able to send that, providing that they are truly not real hazmat products, but like we were talking about, like Sharpies, what Amazon consider to be dangerous goods, not hazmat. Hazmat's such a misleading term when it comes to those particular shipments, because what they consider to be dangerous goods is something that potentially could be ignited and could like explode in their fulfillment center. They don't care about en route, they don't care about the on-road service. It's when it gets into the fulfillment center, and that's why all hazmat goes to one section. But it's only because it's dangerous goods, because somebody probably hasn't given the full information and details about the product. There's information missing about the product that can't be confirmed. That's why it's dangerous goods. So the best way to be able to send those in, unless anyone wants to sort of correct me on it, is via parcel to go and then via UPS. And then what you can do is, I'll put a screenshot in the group after this and tag you in it, Jonathan, as well. That's the best service, because what you can do, and you just click collection, and then what will happen is you can just chuck your boxes in with all of your normal FBA collections. It can be picked up in the same way. And because it's going in like that, it tends to getting quite good, because it's going in with everything else with Amazon.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think the pallets is P4D is good, or you just wrap it with bubble wrap and they won't see the label that says hazmat. No, I don't recommend that at all.
Lots of professional advice coming from here today. Bubble wrap so you can't see the label and lie at the post office.
Yeah. No, I think UPS. I think DHL potentially is another one. Is that one you tried?
For me, it's always parcels to go and UPS, and it's the one, unless the format's changed, it's the one at the top left-hand side of the thingamajig.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up in a sec anyway, and I'll post it in there. Just answer some more questions, and then I want to come on and continue
worst,
what we're
right?
talking about. Yeah,
The worst of the year.
the worst of the year. So think about it, guys. At the start of this, so some of you have been coming and going. I asked you to all think about what the best thing that's happened in 2022. We've all been through and given our answers on that. You guys were supposed to put it in the comments, and I think like one person did. Now I want you guys to think about the worst thing about 2022. What didn't go how you expected? What was not good about 2022 that you thought would be better? So pop it in the comments. Johnny, you go first, then Matthew, then we'll come to me. Then I'll come back and check on the questions, and I'll look at this parcel to go thing at the same time. Good job, multitasker.
Yeah, I think for me it has to be the introduction of the high fat, sugar and salt HFSS. It's made our Q4 not as crazy as it was. It's still very good numbers, and we've still got really good margins. But the fact that we couldn't really go deep on stuff, we couldn't really go crazy. It was very hard to predict, how much to sell, and I feel like we lost a lot of opportunity costs. And this year, I feel like us being mainly in grocery, we're pretty much 99% in grocery, is a bit of a struggle to actually predict. Well, it's impossible to predict how much sells, and I feel we lost a lot of opportunity cost there. Some products just sold like lightning, and we just didn't expect that. So I think that's always a bit of a pain, is that prediction. So I think the introduction of that pretty much not killing off, but really hurting a lot of key products that we sold as one of the biggest downfall, where stuff like cereals and stuff like that used to be top sellers, that's not really as big anymore. So kind of losing quite a bit of our catalog to HFSS. Obviously it still sells on Shopify, is a bit of probably the worst thing. And I can really feel how difference it makes, because we sent a bunch of chocolates to Germany. I was telling you guys, like, we're just one product was selling over 1,000 euros a day, just one product in Germany. And it just doesn't happen in the UK anymore because of HFSS and stuff like that, for like chocolates. And I'd be interested to know if anyone's had good fortune, good luck with how did your advent calendars go, and how did your chocolates, how did your Fortune boxes go? That's what I'm curious about. How do people do with that? Were they killing it? Am I wrong about this HFSS? Because I need to go through the keeper charts and sort of analyze it. So for next year I know better. So I need to go through all these sort of key chocolates and sort of figure out. Apart from that, it's been good. Obviously, the summer was tough with the cost of goods. So I mean, obviously the price increases was horrible. I'm fortunate now, but our team at the start of the year wasn't the greatest, but now they're just absolute killers. Our warehouse team now is amazing. So, also, like, I can't say it's the worst bit, because they've done so well now. So that's just really good. They've built a really good team. But at the start of the year, they just weren't doing very good numbers, but now they're killing it. But yeah, definitely the high fat, sugar, salt. It's a shame. It's annoying for sure. I don't know if you guys have had any experience. Matt, I know you don't sell chocolates, and that's
No.
Yeah, the arbitrage sort of thing.
Yeah, I think you may. I think that I know there'll be a few people that are watching this probably disagree, but not in. It's in a slightly different market. I feel that there's massive opportunity with the HFSS. So I know a lot of people in grocery, a lot of people are killing it for various different reasons. I won't go into some of the things, but it's definitely more. How you need to source HFSS goods for the future on listings that are already existing are the ones that are organically ranked. That's how you've got to do it. The ones that come up and are relevant to what the customer is specifically searching for. So, customers don't search in the same way that we search on Amazon. So what you need to do now is adopt that customer mindset when it comes to sourcing the HFSS, the high fat, sugar and salt products when it comes down to it. So for me, I think it's whenever there's a change like that, always brings opportunity. Whenever there's a challenge, it always brings opportunity. And I think as long as you know what you're looking for, and you know why you're looking for that. Like if I was sourcing for it, I know what I would be looking for, which is top organic rankers. And I wouldn't be searching for anything. So it's not to do with BSR, it's to do with what things are searching up. So I would almost combine a little bit of private label knowledge sourcing with it. So I'm going to do that next year. I'm going to do that on a session, guys. I think that would be.
I think that would be a key session like next year is for us to all go through, comparing last year versus the year before and how HFSS actually affected this Q4. Did it make a difference? Because the main thing for us was actually opportunity cost. We lost out on. We didn't go big on any lines, really. We kind of kept it very, very wide on everything.
Yeah.
Some stuff, just sold so crazy. One of our products was selling like every 5 seconds. One of those products was selling. Just the volume is there on these top Christmas products. It's just I couldn't predict it. I didn't want to take that risk. Now I'm sort of feeling maybe I could have gone a bit deeper, but at the end of the day, the numbers were still good. The team performed really well, and I still made good money. So that's more of the opportunity cost. And I think like next year, come August, September, either me or you, Natalie, will probably do a big session on this and go through historic and compare it and be like, okay, what's actually happened? What's the data say? Because that right now we get the data, we kind of have the data, the new data from this quarter, but we didn't have it in September because that's when HFSS came out. Yeah.
I'm such a geek for that stuff. I love it. Like I absolutely love that stuff. And I've told this story a million times before, so apologies. It's like if I'm doing a session in ESA or a session on here, and never mind the buy box, like stuff I get excited about is like really sad. And Matt will go to me beforehand, like my husband Matt, he'll say, oh, what are you doing on such and such day? And I say, right, well, we're diving deep into how many pixels go around the side of an image and why it shouldn't be this. And he just looks at me and goes, that's so boring. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's really exciting. It's really cool. Like it's because what I get excited about and what other people don't get excited about, it's two different things. Right, Matt, let's go to you quickly and then we'll come back and check in on comments. So
worst part of the year. Our worst part of the year is we've had major issues shipping to the EU this back end of the year. So it was working really well. There's a program that's like a partnered carry program for the EU that Amazon started running at the start of the year. So you have to have all the VAT registrations in place and stuff and complete customs paperwork, and you have to send the stuff yourself. But Amazon will essentially, how it works is you send stuff to the UK, Amazon forwards it on to the EU. Was working final year, and then in about October, something happened. I don't know what's happened, but basically all of our shipments that we sent to the EU from October to now, apart from 2, have ended up in the UK and have ended up stranded, or they've just disappeared completely. And we're down about 100K's worth of stock that's currently somewhere. I don't know where that is. So I've got a case open with the MD team, and they're looking into it. But yeah, it's just so frustrating because obviously this is stuff that we should have sold in Q4 that we can't sell because it's disappeared. I mean, I'm confident we'll get our money back, but that's just been a massive headache for me this year. And there's no clear resolution. The problem with Amazon as well is everybody passes the buck. So they're saying it's Avast and ATS's fault, and then Avast is saying it's Amazon's fault. And then you just contact seller support and they go, well, you've got EFN on, so you can be received anywhere. And I'm like, it's not quite how it works, but above your pay grade, so we'll just carry on anyway. It's one of them very, very frustrating situations, and there's no clear resolution yet. But hopefully, I'll get a big reimbursement before Christmas. That's what I'm praying for.
Amazing, and you can all send us a lovely Christmas present.
I'm really hoping I get a massive reimbursement just before Christmas.
Make sure you post it if you do. That'd be good.
Yeah, I will do.
For sure. Best payday ever. So
what about you, Nasty? What's your worst?
For me, mine's a bit of a cheesy one actually, because it's a bit woo-woo, but it's a little bit of missed opportunity, big realization this year. For me in particular, we went back into arbitrage, started in October this year. Truly started in October for the American side of things, and I think it took me a little bit longer to get going. We're rolling now, and it was just missed opportunity with Q4 with that this year because it hasn't. hadn't grown it as much as I hoped I would, but then it was also something I didn't expect to take on at the time I took it on anyway as well. So I had to manage my own expectations. So was just a little bit disappointed with the Q4 with that this year. I know it won't be the same next year, but at the same time, it's highlighted so much to me the need to follow your guys' example, because I've always been open and honest about this. Is I still work in my business too much. You know, in terms of, you know, both me and Matt we work in our business too much, and there's key areas of our business, and it's because we've been doing it for so long. I think we find it harder, whereas someone that comes into this will find it much easier to outsource purchasing and things like than we do, because we've been doing it 15 years. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing to let go of for us. So just that realization of just where missed opportunity. Definitely there's been some missed opportunities this year, which that's been the worst thing for me, because I consider myself to be someone who is very good at spotting opportunity and taking advantage of it. So that's been the worst thing for me so far.
And we're not talking about stock portfolios here, are we? We're not talking about that stuff.
No. No, we look at that in 2030.
We're looking at 2030.
I don't technically do it, so it's not me.
Yeah, I would actually say that's actually all quite good. Like I say, the biggest downfall is opportunity cost, isn't it? It's like you missed out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Matt gets his reimbursement. But yeah, it's opportunity.
It's opportunity, and I'll pick up.
Yeah, and again, mine's opportunity cost, because it's stuff that I can't sell to then make more money, so I'm losing money. Not just the actual stock itself, but the opportunity cost again, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let me come back to the comments. So and that's why I love this group. We can be open and honest in terms of, Johnny, when you said, I don't know, let me know if not. And I do know people that have smashed it on HFS stuff this year. And, you know, Andre's one of them. And it's like, but it was a risk. It was an absolute risk.
Yeah, paid off. Well done. Good for you, mate.
It was a risk, and I think, but obviously, you know, we talked about it a lot in particular, and this is where the private masterminds do really come in handy, you know, where we dive deep on these type of subjects, we pull them apart, and we did a lot, you know, we talked about a lot in HFSS, in particular in ESA, about how you can maximize that, and you know, because of the reasons. And I think, although I didn't use you as an example, Johnny, but one of the things we talked about is a lot of people are going to forget about it this year. So, and the demand's still the same. The demand's exactly the same. You just got to know what to look for. And, you know, people still had to take the chance. They had to take the risk, because we all know what happened with Advent Calendar Gate last year. So I think it was a combination of HFSS and people being burned badly last year with Advent calendars, that this massive opportunity, you know, opened up for that one. Whatever. So and I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, because, you know, it's not a lot of people that did it, but there was some people that took advantage, definitely. Just comments there about Andre's saying parcels I sent Friday have been checked in last night, so it looks like the backlog has maybe cleared a little bit, because I know last week or so in the UK it's been horrendous. It's been super quick in the US, but in the UK it's been bad, so that's good to hear. Sean just saying, I won't read it all out, just I think that's for Jonathan, just to make sure your box sizes are correct for hazmat. Rimas just confirming, same UPS for dangerous goods, they're definitely the best person to use, because they collect it with everything else. Chris saying, worst thing of the year, I'm still working for something else. 2023 is going to change that, absolutely. Worst, seeing 6k disappear from my Wise account in front of you while you watch, but got it back. Ugh. Have you guys ever had that happen? I've never had it happen. Touch wood.
No, thankfully. I've had credit cards stolen a few times, but never out of the bank.
No, I would literally, I'm going to totally say the wrong thing, but that's the sort of thing. I consider us all to be pretty cool customers, but if that happened, I'd be a wreck. I know I would absolutely be a wreck. That would kill me. But glad you got it back. Obviously. nothing will ever be worse than working for another company. I didn't go heavily with my calendar bundles compared to last year. Yeah, definitely the advent calendar gate. Some sweets also are not selling fast like I thought compared to others last year, but then there are others that are higher. So we're going to clear out some stock soon. So yeah, great time to clear out some stock now for sure. Yeah, Andre said took big risks on the HFS stuff, made our best money ever. Margins would have been better as well, less competition for sure. The best thing have been screwed by Royal Mail as I fulfill myself. This is Chris Barkus. That's a good way to look at it actually. But then you can get screwed by Amazon if they hold your stock or lose it. Chris, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are or were quite, I think you were merchant only. So I think what you're saying is you've swapped over to FBA. Is that right? I think so. I know Chris is merchant only, or used to be merchant only. So as in, because of the Royal Mail, you sent everything into Amazon this Q4, if I've got that right. Just let us know. Whose app stopped working yesterday? Yeah, I think
that did.
I don't really look at the app. I tend to look on okay. What do you mean then, Chris? Sorry, all merchant. Are you doing the same as Johnny? So are you shipping through Amazon now then? As in, what's it called, Johnny? Is it just Amazon shipping?
Amazon shipping, yeah.
Yeah. So it hasn't got like a special name.
Some people call it Amazon Logistics, but yeah, it's like ship.amazon.co.uk or shipping.amazon.co.uk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just wait on that. So Jonathan's saying it's still good to get into HFSS. Definitely. Do you know, I'm gonna make a prediction here. Got my crystal ball out. I can see HFSS being changed somewhat on Amazon next year. I can see them repealing certain things, but I could actually see HFSS being repealed completely. It's a really pointless legislation. To be perfectly honest, it really is. It's pointless. The way that I see it, and this is my Gary Vaynerchuk coming out. If you are too stupid to read labels or, you know, dumb or whatever to not know if something's good or bad for you, then advertising is not going to change that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just, I guess it's keeping chocolates away from like the keen eye. I guess it's just keeping it behind closed doors.
Fair enough. Okay, move the chocolate at the end of the day. But if I want some chocolate, I'm going to go on the hunt for it at the end of the day. You know, if I need some chocolate, I'm pulling shelves out. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So if you want something, treat us like adults. I do feel that's nanny state a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's like, aren't we old enough, you know, and ugly enough to make our own choices and that? It's like, you can't cater for everyone that hasn't got common sense. Sorry, I'm going to go into a rant now. Let me not go on that. But but yeah, no, literally, I just think it's that a little bit, to be honest. Right. Andre says I'm on to something else next year. Right, I'm on to something else next year. Oh, okay, good. Transfer wise, been holding people's money. Didn't have Hayden have issues with Hayden, but his was a verification. He needed to verify something on his account. That's what it was, like a bank account, I think it was, that he had to verify. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Ash has just put the shipping .amazon thingy majig in there, which is good. BP still have all their chocolate and sweets until exactly they do. They do 100%. Yeah, I know, chocolate hunt. So I'm going to call it. It's the same age as restrictions on energy drinks. But yeah, this is my argument, right? I'd rather buy a Snickers. Like, is it more dangerous to buy a Snickers than it is like a bottle of vodka? But they're just replacing like a bottle of vodka. Well, not vodka, but you know what I mean? They put alcohol instead of Snickers.
Yeah.
Yes, it's compliant with HFSS, isn't it? Alcohol.
Exactly. And at least or what they should do, they should put all the chocolate right at the back of the supermarket. At least you've got to walk some steps to go and get it. So it makes you healthier.
Yeah.
Increase those steps to go and get it. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a stupid law, to be honest. It really is. Right. final part then, because it's 2:10, and this is the last one of the year, guys. So let us all know, what are your what are you most looking forward to in 2023? I'll ask the guys, then me. You guys put it in the comments, because I think most people know it's going to be a challenging year. I don't think it will be survival thrive, as many people predict. I don't know if it's going to be as bad as what people expect. I mean, a few months, but whether it's because we're in the Q4 bubble, Christmas bubble, a little bit right now, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be bad. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. But a lot of people were predicting, fire and brimstone, doom and gloom. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, let us know what you think. What are you most looking forward to doing in business in 2023? Or personally, it's up to you. I don't mind. If you've got some personal goals you want to shove in there, do it. Johnny, over to you first.
Yeah, I know you said business. Personally, for me, I'm looking forward to South Africa. So I'm going to South Africa for like 2-3 months in January. So personally, I'm really looking forward to working out from there. Sort of same time zone, really good weather. Safari, steak, wine. It's sort of pretty awesome. Business wise, in the UK business, I'm looking forward to doing sort of B2B. So getting more containers in and selling wholesale to other businesses, or diversifying that way. We're going to consider a bigger warehouse, but we will see how the quarter goes. But potentially a move to a bigger place, which is a big step in growth. But I'm looking forward to also building my Shopify brand more. So we're going to hire a full-time staff member to look after our Shopify store and build that brand in January. So that's the main thing. Is looking forward to building Shopify. I think our Amazon's pretty good, really well systems, get a good amount of orders. It's just growing that brand now, and saying that also building more brand listed on Amazon. So your own brand on Amazon as well. So that's I'm really looking forward to that. B2B is going to be pretty cool. Big chunks. I quite like that. Germany, we're hiring 2 staff members in January to help with the sourcing and help with the system. So I'm really looking forward to building Germany. I really think on Amazon FBA that will grow bigger than UK by the end of the year. I just think there's a lot of volume in Germany and not much competition. I think there's a huge market there. Anyone who's sold in Germany now, it's crazy. It's really, really, really good if you can get your stock over there or find a way to do it. So I want to build Germany, hire staff, get those systems that we've built this last half of the year, get that going. Then, as people know, we've got software coming out at some point. I've been very much working long hours on that with a team. So really looking forward to that. I think it's going to change a lot of businesses. It's going to change businesses. It's something completely new. It's going to be very good. And of course, I'm looking forward to spending more time with the group, doing more regular training, more of a sort of wholesale training on a more regular basis. So that's also in the pipeline. So I'm looking forward to speaking to more of you guys, and it helps me learn, it helps me get to network more and speak to you guys and sort of share my knowledge and all sort of things. So 2023 is going to be I think a big year. My tip for everyone is just like the reason we're doing Germany, B2B, Shopify and stuff like that is just that diversification, right? So Amazon goes down, doesn't matter because those other revenue streams are going up. So diversifying what you're already doing without adding overheads is always the key, right? Yeah. So a big year. Yeah.
Hayden's making some cheeky comments. Over to you, Matt.
Outrageous. Yeah, it's very similar sort of thing. Funny enough, you asked me last week what we're doing in 2023. It's all flipped on its head. So the landlord said that he's got a property available on our estate. So we were kind of toying with this idea anyway. We were also looking to go into B2B, but hopefully we've now potentially got a separate premises, which hopefully we can, assuming the space is right, and we'll be able to run that from on a more B2B kind of regular occurrence. It's actually we want to do something off Amazon. So this business is going to be kind of almost like a raw form of business in terms of people will come to the unit and they can do business to business transactions, essentially buying surplus stock offers. That's kind of the idea behind that, which is something we're just literally an idea at the moment, but that's hopefully where we can go with that in 2023. Germany is going to be a big market for us as well. I'm considering, we have a lot of issues with obviously transferring stock through Amazon. I'm considering maybe setting up something more established in Europe where we could fulfill into the whole of Europe, both through our website and also through Amazon as well. Just again, general diversification, because I don't know how the economics is going to play out, but I don't think the whole of Europe and the UK is going to be affected in the same way. Because if you look at inflation, it's mostly driven by energy prices. Well, Spain isn't going to be as affected as somewhere like Germany or the UK. They don't have cold winters, so I don't know if it's going to affect everybody equally. So we're looking to do more in the EU, and also there's some very exciting things that we've got planned through the group. Some big things coming. Are you going to introduce that now, or are we going to keep it on the down low for now?
Down low.
Down low. We've got some big plans coming through the group next year, so we're excited for some of those as well.
Yeah. For sure. I think for me, Julia just made a lovely comment there. You're more than welcome. Merry Christmas to you as well. Have a good one, guys. Make sure you take that rest as well this year. So if you're anyone apart from AI Johnny, then you know, who literally, we had a meeting this morning and I was like, Johnny, make sure you take some time off this year, you know, at Christmas. I can imagine Johnny's going to be coding when Santa's delivering his prezzies. So yeah, make sure you do have that rest. It's important. You know, it is going to be a challenging year. It's going to be an exciting year next year, but it's going to be a challenging year as well. And, you know, I don't think it's going to be survival of the fittest. I know Sean's put his comment there about, and you never offend anyone, Sean. It's your, you know, it's your opinion. It's what you think. Absolutely. And everyone should respect people's opinions. But you know, I have to live in the light in terms of if I go down that doom and gloom kind of thing, I'd rather live in my world. It's a nicer place to live. But I think for me, what I'm looking forward to more is development of the US side of business. I think very much I agree with. Sorry, now oh Johnny, you said it. You said you can see the UK. Germany overtaking the UK. I can see Amazon becoming our main source. Amazon US becoming our main source of physical product sales. I can see it overtaking everything else. And whilst the dollar is still incredibly, you know, strong at the moment, it makes total sense to put our focus there because we win in so many different ways. So I can see that becoming, you know, definitely building brands in the US. You know, that's something that we didn't think we were going to do at all, but now it seems, you know, like a no-brainer to be able to do that. So I definitely see a lot of our future definitely starting next year in the US for sure, from a physical sale point of view. Growing, developing this group for sure, that goes without saying. I think for me as well is, you know, I've been in the learning and training and development space of working with people over the last 2 or 3 years, you know, and for me, I should have said this actually, the best thing about 2022 actually, but it kind of links in a little bit is I've worked with people now, like I said, for 2 or 3 years, and then this Q4 has really been the proof in the pudding in terms of people starting to see phenomenal results in the efforts that they've put into their business. Not people I work with, not only directly, but people, you know, masterminds, people in this group, people that have done master classes, you know, people that have come from Matt's course, people have come from Johnny's, group as well. And I feel very, very blessed, and I'm so grateful to be able to be in a position to be able to work with people. Like I said, there's not been a day in this Q4 where I haven't received a message from someone saying, look what we've done, look, you know, and thank you kind of thing. And people will never know how powerful that is. And it's taken a while to get there. And sometimes, you know, fake gurus or whatever you can be when you sell information, you know, you can be labeled as certain things of whatever. But one thing I've always made clear is it's not going to happen overnight. You know, some of the results that we've seen in people this Q4 have been 2 or 3 years in the making. And that's what it should be. So if anyone's selling you a 3-month dream, run, you know, don't walk kind of thing. this is, you can get results very quickly in Amazon. Absolutely, you can. But real results, real businesses, and I'm talking, you know, there's been some life-changing results for people this Q4. So from that point of view, you know, I've just got to throw the gratitude out there. I'm so incredibly grateful to be in that position and to work with you guys, as we said at the start, and seeing people develop that even further. I know what's coming. You guys don't know what's coming, and there is something coming that is absolutely going to change the game for those of you that want to build and continue to build real businesses. And I'm not saying you haven't got real businesses at the moment, but some of those incidentals that when that P&L comes through at the end of the year and you think, oh, I wasn't expecting that, or you overspend, or your cash flow wasn't that good this year for whatever reason, you know, we've got things that come in next year, you know, from an education point of view, software development point of view, that I'm not saying it's going to solve everyone's problems overnight, but it's working and building towards with some of, you know, the savviest people in this business, you know, that get real results. So yeah, sorry, I went into a real like Oscar speech there, but yeah, I people really don't know how much it means and how powerful that is. You know, you can be having a shit day, a really shit day for whatever reason. Amazon lost you this and dealing with idiots all day or whatever, and then someone sends a message through, and it's a game changer. So I feel very blessed, and I'm looking forward to that, to increasing that even more next year. So yeah,
it's nice. Yeah,
I need a tissue now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've seen the results. You know, I know Hayden and Andre have been killing it. So like those numbers are crazy. It's so nice. It must be nice to see for you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's you know, and it's a lot of, I mean, some people post publicly about it, some people don't. More people don't, to be perfectly honest, because, you know, if they did, that they'd probably be you know, a different type of personality. But it's like I said, it's great. And I always used to take the mickey a little bit out of the people that always used to say, oh, I do it for the, for the thanks, or I do it for this. Nice thing. It's so lovely. It really, really is. And you know, I'm looking forward to more of the same for that next year, definitely, for sure. Right, let's go back to the comments.
I think for you, like for us, it's like, it's not just a number. I know a lot of people in the space who are, you know, fake gurus, like, we know, yeah, for them it's a number. It's they want that big payout straight away. They don't really want to work with someone or help them. They want that big chunk of money. They want that, and then they want to just go through the process of handing out the course material. And I think the big difference with all of us is like, we want to help, and it's more interactive. We want to, you know, lead them step by step, and not say like, you come join us, you pay £5,000 or £3,000 or something ridiculous. I think like for us, it's building that, and I think that's the big difference. Yeah.
I think it's definitely. And it is, you've got to be in this for the long haul. I mean, like I said, I think, and I know there's been a couple of comments on here about, you know, want to give up the job next year. Next year might not. And this is real talk. This isn't like, yeah, you can quit your job in 60 days kind of thing. Next year might not be, because it is going to be a bumpy year. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not. It is going to be bumpy, and so it may well be you hear the advice coming from us. No, it's not time to leave the security of your job next year. You got to hang on to it a bit more. You got to build upon that foundation, and you know, maybe coming out the back end of next year, we're not going to tell people to quit their jobs. I look across the social media channels. It's the most common thing I can see. Leave your job, do this, do that. It's false at the end of the day. And there are. Pardon?
Exit the matrix.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I think I'll be honest, we're never going to talk. And this is what I was saying about, with Matt earlier, when he was saying, oh my God, that sounds so boring, talking about this or whatever. You don't hear us talking about the really sexy stuff a lot of the time, because unfortunately, real results real results is sexy, but doing this for a long period of time, it's not sexy. It's not sexy at all. So how many times can we say sexy in sexy? That was it's like yeah, there's boring stuff and things like that, but you know, in order for those opportunities, you got to take it. So this wasn't supposed to be going to an anti-guru rant, by the way, guys. It was nothing. It was nothing to do with that. But yeah, just wanted to say real results do take time. They're not overnight, absolutely. And this is definitely the first. We saw it a bit last Q4, but definitely this is the first Q4 that we saw some real life-changing results for people. And yeah, just amazing. Absolutely makes my day. It really does. Well, yeah, it makes my year. Right. Can we swear? Yeah, I will swear. Not like rude words. Definitely. But yeah. Hayden says it's much nicer to live in the light. Cindy said, I'm looking forward to building a brand or two, changing my Amazon business into an Amazon business instead of a job. Absolutely. Big focus, guys. There will be from this group for that next year for sure. Looking forward to growing small steps and we'll receive big results. Chris says just looking for a steady year. And I think that will be for a lot of people. We've talked about it a lot. Next year is probably not going to be a year of growth for a lot of people. I feel that for a lot of people, consistency will be winning next year. You know, if your business stays the same, I feel that by this time next year, that could be a win, definitely. So many twists or turns over the last couple of years. Be nice for some stability. Did well in the pandemic, but had to work 7 days a week. And, you know, if you wanted to take advantage, you had to in that time. Keep wondering about selling the business, to be honest. Anyone interested? You should go into certain Facebook groups, Chris. There's always someone saying, I'll buy your Amazon account. I'll buy your Amazon account.
Just make sure you've got no affiliation with it afterwards, because it might be used for dubious purposes.
Absolutely, for sure. Double up everything, Andre says. Staff, place, sales, markets, profits. Love it. Marta says, definitely looking forward to 2023, taking action on your 7-figure business course and some other projects to grow my business so I can have the more money for the bills. That's what it's about, right? None of us are going to be buying yachts next year. We're just going to be paying our electricity bills. I think that's it. I love the fact Hayden came in at like after 2 o'clock. Was like, afternoon. Not at 1, Hayden. Hayden, we start at 1. I think that's it. All kind of caught up. This I 100% agree with Sean. Keep your liabilities low, pay yourself, and make a lot of money. I think that's going to be key. Monitoring margins, monitoring outgoings, that type of thing. Again, I think that's going to be really important. Chris said, under no illusions, been selling for 13, 14 years, never took it seriously, never just jacking your job. Different people, different circumstances. Only you know yourself when the time is right. Definitely. Yeah. Lots of lovely comments today. But yeah, I think this is us pretty much done for the year. I want everyone to really have a good Christmas break. Enjoy it, you know, because it does come around quickly. I really do think that this is the time in the year that if you're going to take a break, really take a break this time of year, because this is when the world takes a break.
Yeah,
it's true.
So yeah, I take 2 weeks off at this time of year because it's the only time you get a genuine break. I think, you know, you go away in the summer and things, and it's kind of like, oh, it's a nice break, but you're always kind of in the back of your mind. Well, I am anyway. What am I missing? What's going on? Am I missing the best deal ever? Whereas I know quite confidently for the next 2 weeks that nothing's happening. I'm not missing anything because nothing's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Take a break from operating. Like I also say, like, if you enjoy creating stuff and building stuff, and carry on that, right? Just do the stuff you enjoy, because at the end of the day, if you enjoy it, it's not work, and that's why I'm always working.
Yeah. Johnny's a workaholic.
Johnny needs to take a break.
Johnny needs to take a break. Go out, take Jess out for a nice meal.
Going to a Turkish, I think, tonight. So maybe, nice. or Vietnamese. We're unsure. Yeah, I know. Just trying to change up the Christmas food. You know, trying to have like the other side, you know, selection sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. We're on a break since 18. I'm only monitoring prices. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, prices good. Yeah, definitely. But don't be dropping prices now, guys. Down to everyone's sold out. No one's sending in, or a lot of people aren't. So don't be dropping those prices for sure.
What you'll find is January start of January is peak prices. So you're not
The
actually
main
at peak
thing-
prices yet. January is your peak, first week of January.
The main thing I'd say to check is not going to go massively into it, but check your max price. I know most people use min and max. Just check if there's any prices at your max, because maybe you have more opportunity there by raising your max, because maybe competition is above you and you can sell it more. So I'd say just go on your price and see what's at the max price and then increase those maxes. That's it. I would say that's the best way. So I would do that. Yeah, that's a good
Quids in.
Sean says, I'm buying the team and Xmas meal, expenses by company again. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice thing to do. Chris said, those mugs like me still packing orders. Well, that bless you, Chris. Oh, I think you need to go into, I know you did FBA before, but maybe a little transition next year back into FBA. You might change your opinion on it again. Hayden said, still don't have my shipment received from 2 weeks ago. Wait for that 14 days. Then you can go for the reconciliation. Obviously, you know that. But yeah, it's just a little bit delayed. But I think it's started to process a little bit quicker now. Chris said I sent in this morning. Yeah, we're sending in packet. Still sending in. We won't stop. Our fulfillment as it is, it will stop over the next couple of days, but be back on again from the 27th. So yeah, but everyone else is on a break for 2 weeks, definitely. So yeah, enjoy it, guys. Yes, we know we've been a new group this year, so I just want to take the opportunity to thank everyone for joining the group, for your support, for you guys always showing up for when we do these kind of things. And yeah, just your support, really. It's been a year of unexpected opportunity, which we've taken as much as we can do. And yeah, this time last year I wasn't expecting this, so it's good. Yeah, we've definitely gone in a very different direction this year. So thank you so much for everyone, for you turning up for the lives, commenting, contributing, answering people's questions in the group. It really does make a difference. And I know, I can't remember who said it earlier, about being a solo entrepreneur. It's really these communities that do make such a difference for people. So thank you, everybody. It's been a real pleasure, and we hope to do more of the same in 2023. And I'll just pass you over to the other guys, otherwise I'll keep babbling forever.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's been good to join the group, join up with Nat and Matt, and deliver all the content. In 2023, we're just going to step it up even more. I hope everyone has a good Christmas. Don't be like me. Take some time off. I'm a madman when it comes to that sort of thing. So yeah, on to you, Matt.
Yeah, just the same. Rico, everyone's already said. Just have a great Christmas. Have a break. Have some rest. You'll feel better for it. Get your goals sorted. Maybe spend a couple of days planning your goals out for next year, so you can hit the ground running when you're ready to come back. And see you all next year.
Yeah.
Oh, gonna need that tissue again. Look at those lovely comments. Amazing. Merry Christmas, guys. Not saying we're disappearing forever. Matt's going away. He's going off to the Big Apple.
York, so
yeah, off to the Big Apple. Make sure you do those boast posts a bit later on when you go for that. But guys,
all on the points.
I know, all on the points. Absolutely. Have an amazing Christmas, guys. We wish you an incredibly successful 2023, and we look forward to working with you and, just making it the best we possibly can next year. So thanks for everything, guys. Really appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Peace out.
Bye.